Welcome to another installment of the Restorative Natural Movement series. However, today is not quite restorative. Today is more dynamic movement. And we're outside today, so you don't need a mat. What I'm asking you to do is find something, an area of grass, a concrete slab, something where you can ground. We want to get really grounded today with our workout. And it's not going to be as restorative as my other videos. So if you're looking for something more restful, more relaxing, check out my patreon.com/Jodelle page. That's where you're going to find all 7 episodes that are geared for relaxation and restoration. And just functional movement that helps you relax. This is actually more dynamic, more functional as far as grounding you, earthing you. The earth gives us energy, not in a woo-woo crazy way, but actually from free electrons. Did you know that the earth has a hertz of energy that's 7.83? And ironically, our brainwaves, our alpha brainwaves, also have that exact same hertz, 7.83. So by connecting, I'm out here barefoot today in my little spot. By connecting to the earth, being barefoot, being on concrete, on grass, on a sandy beach, not asphalt, that doesn't count. You actually can connect to those free electrons that the earth gives. So that's what we're looking to do today, is get a little bit of groundedness coming out of a busy work week or a busy work day, perhaps where you had a lot of computer time or a lot of tech time. No more tech. All you're doing is keeping your phone while you're watching this, or your tablet, or whatever it is, away from you while you come outside and get grounded. You can also do this prior to or post a paddle workout, just to reconnect you to the earth and kind of soothe you either before or after a water workout or a paddle event. So I hope you enjoy it. Just find that special spot and let's get started. What I want you to do first is to start in a comfortable standing, feet are about hip width apart position, and ground down through all 4 corners of your feet. So we're going to go through 7 areas of your body, just first and foremost, to give you some good anatomical position and really connect to the earth here. So imagine 4 tires on a car, as if your feet were 2 little cars, and all 4 tires need to be properly aligned to touch the earth. So the outside edge of of the padded part of your foot, the inside edge, so right underneath your big toe, and then the outside edge of the heel, the inside edge of the heel on both feet. So really push those down. Part way to do that is to soften the knees. So that's the next little point you want to touch on, is not to lock the legs out here, but allow that energy to move up through the body and keep circulation going as well. So avoid locking the knees, just a micro bend. Now to protect and soften our back, we're going to move up to the hips, push the thigh bones back. If I were to do that and keep it like that, my butt kind of sticks out. So to simultaneously hook the tippy tip of the tailbone down. Okay, so we've got thigh bones back, tailbone down. Okay, then so we've got the feet anchored, knees slightly bent, hips nice and aligned, and the tailbone back. So we've got that nice pelvic floor engaged, and the pelvic area is straight up and down. Now let's lengthen the side waist. So pull up out of those hips. Sometimes we kind of just hang out down here and slouch right into our hips. Let's lengthen. Let's get some space for our digestive organs. Lengthen up through the side of the body. And a good way to do this is like you're picking up a toddler. So take your hands and come right up underneath your armpits and pick yourself up. Okay? And stick those thumbs right into your armpits. Lengthen your side waist. It's almost like you're lifting your rib cage a little bit. Now avoid letting it poke out. What we want to do is keep it flush. We want to keep that core engaged. So lift up, draw the shoulders back by turning your palms forward in this position. Okay, so we've got 4 corners of the feet anchored down, soft bend in the knees, tailbone tucked while the hips are moving back, so we anchor that pelvic floor. Then we lift through the side waist, shoulder heads move back, and the last little thing we're going to do is just release the arms, palms face forward, and take the chin and push it back so it's in line with that diamond in the neck. Okay, we're going to come back to this later too in another exercise, but just so you're not doing that forward head carriage and still kind of dumping forward into the abdomen, really press that chin over the diamond in the neck so you've got good anatomical alignment here. We already feel better. So what I want you to do in this position is take a nice deep breath in, feel your body just kind of settle into this position. Exhale, long exhale out. Let's do that again. Inhale. Long exhale out. Sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Now let's just kind of open up all areas of the body. So what I want you to do is tip your right ear towards your right shoulder. Let the head come around, all the way over to the left shoulder, and all the way back up. We're going to go that same way to the other side. Circle around, and back up. Let's add the whole upper shoulder area with it. So as you go to the right, your shoulders kind of drop forward, your upper back stretches, you bring that head all the way back up and around, and then back to the other side. So keep your breath going. We're just dropping the shoulders now as we do this. So we're coming in and out of that really great alignment. Let's try again, this time taking the upper back with us. So we're dipping a little further. The upper back comes with us now as we go around. Build yourself all the way back up to that good position, and then go back the way you came. Upper back. Great, feeling that? Let's take it into the mid-back. So, hip sideways, all the way down. Mid-back comes down. All the way back up. And again, bring it down, around, right into that mid-back region. Let everything hang and then build it all back up, thinking about those alignment principles we were talking about. Let's go a little deeper now. Down into the low back. Dip as far forward as you can. It's going to take you a little bit longer to come around. That's okay. Take your time. Inhale. Exhale. It's like a standing massage you give yourself. We're going to go around one more time, and we're going to go just wherever you can hang when you come through. So take it to the right, all the way down. Hang wherever you can all the way. Even brush your hands on the earth and then come back up. So we freed up a lot of back tension there, a lot of hip tension. Let's move the hip side to side a little bit. Really push one set of hip out and then the other side. So this is what I call attitude stretch, like little kids that give you attitude and they're like, what? But it's a really good outer thigh and outer hip stretch, okay? Good. Now we're going to widen the feet a little bit more from where they are now, still keeping those same principles, soft bend in the knees. Just a deep breath in and a relaxing shoulder circle down, exhale. I'm going to squat down now. Keep your hands on your knees. You might just stay here for those of you that are kind of new to this and not sure how deep you can go. Or I want you to squat down as low as you're comfortable with and put your hands on the earth. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And start to shift your weight side to side. Now, here's the thing. If you're squatting and this is really uncomfortable, then maybe find a hillside or something to elevate your heels so that they can come up. Or if you're down in this squat and your heels are up because of limited movement and flexibility, go with that. It does not have to be anything particular. Now, I do collect like little rocks around the area, and so one thing you could do is put your heels on some rocks that you have, okay? Elevating those heels and then try the squat. Okay, it just gives you a little more support so you can really get into those inner thighs, the outer thighs as we do these squat shifts side to side, okay? The squatting is so important to human movement. Before we had furniture, we squatted, and so we need to remember how to do that. If you want to really birth a baby well, squat it out, okay? Deep breath in, long exhale out. Let's move a little bit with our squat. Now I'm going to stay on these rocks for those of you that are using some sort of help here and just show you how you can modify. So I'm just going to touch my knee down and then bring it back up to that rock, okay? Touch the other knee down, bring it back up to that rock. So I'm just shifting in my hips here, getting that nice grounded movement close to the earth. If a bug crawls on you, it's not the end of the world, yeah? Okay? It's just brush it off. For those of you that are a little like, oh my gosh, she's like in the grass, there's no mat, you know, just kind of suck it up, Sally, and get close to the earth. You're going to feel a difference not only in your body and how you're moving when you're done, but also just in your anxiety. Your anxiety gets less when you are in tune with that hertz that the earth has been granted to us to use, okay? All right, now as we go to the other side, I want you to leave that knee down and place both knee downs and just shift the hips forward, okay? Now I'm gonna come up here and adjust since I'm down so you can see where I'm at on the earth here. So again, my heels are on some rocks here just to give me a little bit of support. Okay, so I can come down into that squat. I can drop one knee, then I can drop the other knee, lift my hips and stretch those tight hip flexors. If you sit at a desk all day, this is going to get pretty tight. Now let's go to the other side. Knee comes down, other knee comes down, push the hips forward. Yeah? Back to the heels, over to the other side. Knee, hips forward. Okay, good. Use your hands to help you come back up and down, shift. Put all four of those extremities on the earth whenever you need to. That's just more grounding, okay? Let's do one more on each side. Oh, it feels so good. Got little bits of sunshine on me too. That feels good. Getting some vitamin D and earth. Okay, so we're coming back to that squat position. Really use those elbows to push one knee out and then the other knee. Good, and you can even push one hand in. Get a little twist in your waist here so you can open up. Again, your heels can be down or elevated on some sort of a rock, or put some weights under your heels. Open up your top arm towards the sky, just twisting that chest open. It feels really nice. And then other side. We're again lengthening those side weights to get better breath support, better digestion when you get up out of those hips. Okay, and then we're just going to sit here for a moment and stretch the arms forward. So your buns, your thighs might get a little bit tight here, or even feel a little sore. Maybe they're going to feel a little bit of lactic acid burning. That's good. We're working that area, teaching our body how to get back into this squat position. Okay. Let's take our last little stretch overhead. And we're going to come down to all fours. So knees down. Again, yes, you're in the grass. You're going to be okay. If a bug crawls on you, brush it off, okay? So on all fours, I'm going to move my rocks out of the way here. And we're just going to get a little bit more movement, a little bit of lunging action for the hips. But let's start with a little gentle spinal roll. So inhale, lift your chest forward. Exhale, round your back. Sit back towards your heels, roll yourself back up, and then inhale, lift. It feels so good to be this close to the earth. Round and go back. I have no devices around me except for my video camera, which is way far away, so I like that. Inhale, exhale. I've got sunshine and fresh air. There's no better gym than being outside. Yeah? Okay, now this time round your back, and as you do, I want you to tuck your right knee underneath you and set it down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round your back. Left knee. Set it down. Inhale, round. Right knee. Now carry that forward. So use those abs to pull that leg forward. Yeah? And we're going to begin a little lunge series here. So I'm lunging and putting my weight into that front thigh, into that front heel. Deep breath. And I'm dropping this left hip towards the earth and really letting gravity pull it down. Gravity can be our friend sometimes. It might cause wrinkles in other areas of our lives, but it really can be our friend in some respects. So I'm just going to have you come up to this lunge position now, so sitting tall, and I want you to lunge into that front leg and reach forward with that right hand, as if you're reaching something up on a shelf. Okay, come back down, inhale, reach, exhale down. Let's try the other arm, reach and twist. Inhale down, let's alternate arms, reach, and reach, elongate through your spine and through the crown of the head. One more time. Reach, and reach. Let's come back down, hands to the earth. and release that right knee back down. So feel the difference there in the hips. That's a really nice thing to do. But we're going to stay on the same leg. We're not switching legs yet. So I want you to round your back, pull that knee in, tighten your core, and again, step that foot forward. Now we're going to turn this back leg in a little bit, in towards where we were standing with our other leg. So we come up nice and tall. I'm going to try that same lunge with the hip more open now. So lunge into it, and then kind of come back out of it. Lunge into it, and come back out of it. Let's try that with a reach. Yeah, then reach to the other side. Open up that left side rib cage. Reach. Reach. One more. Yeah. Feels really nice. We'll come back down to all fours. Release that right knee. Let's try the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to round my back, draw the knee in, and then slide that leg forward into that nice deep lunge. Now I'm going to keep my hands down here at first, just so I can feel that sensation of dropping the right hip. Inhale, exhale, and let's come up into that lunge position, kind of lunging forward. Really focus on still tucking that tail slightly under. Keep some of those principles of alignment we talked about at the beginning of the workout here. We're going to take that lunge forward with the left arm reaching, and then come out of it. Let's try the right arm, twisting the body as we reach, and release, other side, and release, twist again. That feels good. And one more on each side. Reach and reach. So not only are we getting the hips to be really open, but we're lengthening those side bodies. Let's come back down. Good. Feeling the difference, kind of feeling how the hips are starting to match now. They really are feeling a bit more open than what we started. Let's take that rounded back again, draw the knee in, engage those abs, and step that foot forward. Now you'll kind of see the back of me here a little bit, so that I can turn that bottom leg in, and I can work more now into the inner thigh and opening the hips a bit more. So I'm going to lunge into that front leg and come out of it. Lunge into that front leg, come out of it. Let's add the arm. So reaching with the left arm, reach open with the right as you come back up. Reach. Go again, reach, and reach. One more, inhale, exhale, and return back to the earth. Let's rise up to the knees. Really place your hands on the low back and push those hips forward. Give yourself a little push there, okay? So you're letting the front of the thighs stretch open together now at this point. But lengthen the small of your back as you do so. Lift up through the chest, lengthen the small of the back. Imagine pulling your heart away from your feet. So lengthen through the chest, lengthen through the small of the back. Deep breath. And if you want to go back to what's known as like a little camel pose here, or a little back arch, a kneeling back arch, it's just fine. Breathe. Good. Let's get a little more dynamic movement now. So we're going to return back to that squat position. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. So we've opened up the hips, we've opened up the chest, the shoulders. Let's move with them a little bit now too, okay? So I want you to take your hands, both hands on over to what would be your left, my right, okay? So your left here. And then put your weight into your hands and just kind of hop the feet over. These are called gorilla hops. So you're just kind of like a gorilla, hopping across the ground here. Hands down, hop the feet over. Let's go back the other way. Hands down, hop the feet over. Hands down, hop the feet over. Go just, 2 or 3 times in one direction, and then 2 or 3 times in the other direction. You're getting low to the ground and really connecting to that earth's pulse. So it feels really good. It's not too strenuous, but just enough to get that heart rate going, which is lovely. Great thing to do first thing in the morning. Let's roll the hips up now and hang forward. And just kind of shimmy side to side. So let your body hang forward. Moving in the grass, maybe as if you're painting the grass with your hands. Okay? Wax on, wax off. And then, just like we did earlier, let's roll up and inhale the arms up. Ooh, I'm in the trees here. I'm touching my tree. That's good. I'm going to come back to where you can see me. We're actually going to come down to the ground now. So let's open the feet a little bit wider back into that nice calm position. Squat down. Bring your hands down to the earth. One knee down and the other knee down. And let's just sit in a kneeling position on the knees here. If your ground is uneven, totally okay. Our body is used to uneven things and we need to adjust to that, okay? So we're sitting here in a nice kneeling position. Let's focus on opening up the shoulders and the neck a little bit. So place your right hand down and let's move your head away from your right arm. So your head might be going to the left. Your right arm is reaching over towards the ground. Deep breath in. Feel that nice stretch all through the side of the neck and the shoulder. Draw the head of the shoulder back a little bit. And then circle it around. Let's try the same thing to the other side. So head goes to the right. Left fingertips reach out long. Bring the head of the shoulder back to increase the stretch. Wonderful. So back to center. Let's circle that head and neck around. So we've just done a little bit of lunging and a little bit of those gorilla hops and stuff like that to get the body moving, but really we haven't done too much strenuous stuff. What I'd like to focus on now that we're back down onto the earth is just a bit more stretches, a bit more open for the neck and the shoulders, and then we'll call it a day. So I'm going to sit sideways so you can see me here, but I'm still in a kneeling position, or perhaps if you get tired on your knees, you can drop down and sit on your buns. Again, if bugs are around you, it's all part of human nature, so it's okay. We are covered in trillions of bugs, you just can't see them. What we're going to do is open up the shoulders and the lats. So the lats are a part of your back that we use a lot, and if we free those up, sometimes we get a little more freedom in the neck and the shoulders, where most of us tend to hold a lot of tension. So what I'd like you to do, and I'll come up to my knees, but you can stay down on your knees while you're watching. But with this front arm first, I'm going to have you make a fist and take it back behind you, okay? Lock that elbow quite a bit. It's straight back behind you here. And the shoulder is going to come back as far as you can. Now, as you do this, internally rotate so the shoulder now feels like it's dropping forward, but we still want to try to push it back, okay? Lock the elbow, internally rotate so it's like your thumb is back and down, and if that shoulder tries to pop forward, pull it back, okay? Then send your arm over towards your opposite bum, the other side of your bum, so not this butt cheek, but the other one, so send it over there, and try to contract and hold all that as best you can. Now kind of tip your tailbone back too here so you're not tucking too much with the bum, but release those hips a little bit and lengthen through the chest. Try to get a really tight contraction on that lat. Okay, that lat is that underside of the back, so squeeze over to that. Kind of difficult to do right at first. Now we're going to remove the tension and actually open up that side of the body. So we're going to go back from where we came. Come back behind your body. Turn the thumb back around, so open that shoulder back up. Release the shoulder and just kind of pull it up, give it a little break from holding down, and then bring it all the way up. And I'll turn here so you can see me. My arm is up and kind of out to the side, but I'm going to reach and lengthen as much as I can. Take a big breath in here and release. Reach and lengthen. Exhale, release. One more time. Reach and lengthen. And exhale, release. And feel the difference in that whole lat and shoulder area compared to the other. A lot more loosey-goosey on that side. Let's try it on this side. So again, you can stay down. You can still do this move while you're down sitting or on your knees, but I'll come up just so you can see me and hear me well enough. Okay, so we're going to take and lengthen and straighten that arm. Really lock that elbow. Keep your palm just kind of facing the side of your body, but make a fist and send it back. Everything's tight. Now pull that shoulder back, even though it's going to want to drop forward, especially when you internally rotate. That shoulder's going to want to drop forward. So now that the shoulder has internally rotated, really still try to pull it back, and then remember we're going across the back body towards your opposite bum cheek, okay? Keeping everything tight. Now this feels really awkward at first. If it feels awkward, you're doing it right. So pull it across, lengthen and lock everything in, and really try to press that shoulder down. Get that little release in the hips so your bum can go back a little bit. Lengthen through the chest, tighten through. If you're starting to get a cramp in your tricep, it's okay. Keep it going. We're going to come out of it in just a second. So we're just tightening up that trap, kind of tighten that side area. Now release, come back. Externally rotate that arm open, bring it forward, relax the shoulder up and down a little bit, so just give it a little circle there, and then bring that arm up. Now I'll turn to the front so you can see me. My arm's kind of out to the side. I'm going to tip my body and reach with my arm up and over. Inhale, exhale back to center. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale back to center. One more. Oh yeah, I felt that nice release in my lat, and both sides feel a little more loosey-goosey now. So pay attention to your neck, your shoulders, all feels really good. We're going to do that same kind of thing with our neck muscles here, and I've done this in some other videos, but it feels really nice. For this exercise, I'm going to actually just sit down. So I can relax my spine here. And all you're going to start with is tension on one side so you can open one side. The brain really responds to that tense and relax, you know, kind of what we call progressive relaxation. So you're going to take your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then bring that right shoulder up towards the ear. Now to bring the shoulder back, bring the head back. Good. And then tip your head to look up to the sky. The opposite direction, so not down at the shoulder, up towards the sky. Everything's tense here, that trap muscle super tight. We're going to reverse that and release it. So first, tip your head over to the other side. Drop that shoulder down. Drop it forward a little bit towards your knee. And now tip your chin down and let the forward motion of a little pulse open up that side of the neck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your head back up. That feels better. If you kind of move your head, you'll notice a lot more freedom in one side than the other. Let's finish out the other side. So you'll take your shoulder up on the left side and meet it with your head, and then pull the shoulder back, pull the head back. Get a lot of tension going up in that trap there. Now turn your head to look towards the sky to the right. Again, feel that tension. You're almost going into a cramp. If that's you, that's okay. Just stay with it. We're just tightening up that side. Now take your head over to the other side. Release the shoulder down. Tip your head forward and drop that shoulder forward. And we'll start our pulses here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your head back up. Freedom. That feels good. So we've opened up the neck, the back, the shoulders. Everything feels a little bit more free, and we've connected to the earth. We've got one more exercise. Remember I told you we were going to go back to that forward head carriage. Now we'll do this exercise so that we can free up the back of the neck a little bit. Okay? So I'd like you to make a little board out of your hands by intertwining your fingers and placing that mock board right underneath your chin. Okay? As you do that, slide your chin back so that it's on the edge of the board. Okay, so you're getting that forward head carriage to go back. Chin over the diamond, you're right on the edge of the board. Now press your chin down into the board and release. Press your chin down into the board and release. Simultaneously, pull the chin back. It's almost like you're trying to slide your chin towards the very tippy edge of the board and press down. Inhale, exhale, press down and pull back. You'll feel a little bit of tension in the back of the skull. That's natural. We're actually strengthening that back of the neck so it holds our head back and we tend not to dump the head forward, okay? Pull back and release. Press down, pull back, and release. One more. Good. Release and just circle the neck. Even that should give you a little bit more relief in the neck and the shoulders. We're going to do a couple more moves here. So again, find that board, draw your chin back, set it on the edge of the board, but turn your head so that you're kind of looking towards your right elbow. Again, press down, pull back. Press down, pull back. Press down, pull back. And release. Circle the head. One more side. We're going to make that board again. Bring it right underneath our chin. Draw your head back. Press into the edge of the board and turn your chin to look towards your left elbow. And again, press down and pull back. Press down and pull back. Breath in, press down and pull back. And release. Move the head around. One last little move to free up any tension. And by the way, while you've been doing these, you've been really grounding into the earth. Your whole center of gravity is just settling down into the earth. So this is a wonderful place to be. I hope you're feeling the benefits of it. But one little thing to free up any residual tension from all of the pressing and turning that we did is to just bring that chin back, tuck it down into that diamond, hold it there, and look down towards the earth with your eyes. Now look up without moving your head and look down. Look up without moving your head and look down. One more. Place the hands on the back of the head. Gently apply pressure to get a stretch down the back side. And to counteract that, press your head back into your hands, open up the chest and the shoulders and the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, press back. Imagine pressing into an imaginary headrest here. Excellent. Good. Release the hands. To finish here, we're going to take a deep breathing sequence while we're resting on the earth. Okay, so make sure you're comfortable, make sure you find any position for your legs or your bum or however you need to shift around wherever you are just to get completely comfortable. Close your eyes, sit tall, keep your hands on your knees just to rest and give you a little support there. We're going to take a breath in for 4 counts. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and now an exhale for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's breathe into each side of the rib cage. So right arm up and over. Just let that arm hang and open up your right side. Breathe specifically into the right rib. So inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Bring the arm back down. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Inhale up and over. Let that arm hang freely. You might look up towards the sky and inhale on that left side. Specifically breathe into that left rib cage. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know about you, but I feel so much better. So if you've been working on a device or inside a building for a long time or just haven't spent a lot of time connecting to the earth, then I hope that you've found so much benefit and felt the difference since when you started as to now. It's just a gentle way that we can come out here and enjoy nature and get a workout and feel just more refreshed, less anxiety, less stress. You will be amazed at how your alpha waves and your brain waves are benefiting from connecting to the earth. Not only that, but the energy that the cells of your body derive from the free electrons of the earth, the negative ions if you're around water and things like that. So thank you for joining me. I do love feedback, so please don't hesitate to give any feedback on the workout and ask for specific things that I can start including for you as well. Have a wonderful day, play outside, get some sunlight, drink lots of water, and I'll see you next time. Would you like to drop an F-bomb in a good way? Add some MCT oil to your coffee, or just perhaps have some nut butter packets to take with you on the go? Then check out dropinfbomb.com. And thank you to F-Bomb being my generous show sponsor.